शुक्लां वरदरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं पीताम्बरं करविराजितशङ्खचक्र कौमोदके सरसिजं करुणासमुद्रं राधासहायमतिसुन्दरमन्दहासं पातालयेशमनिशं हृदि भावयामि ॐ नारायणाखिलगुरो भगवन् नमस्ते कृष्ण भगवान की जय. Okay, so today is a very sudden and a very, you can say, a miscellaneous session wherein we just talk about a few, we will discuss a few teachings which the Lord has told his devotees, mainly Arjuna, in the Mahabharatam as well as from the Gita. These are all small teachings that are there. Of course, there are many, many teachings which the Lord tells through all his Leelas. We'll just look at a few of them. So, I just felt that little which I could come across, I should share it with all of you. I hope it will be of use also, and maybe that towards the end of the session you can decide. Yeah. Okay, so let us start. So, if you see, the Lord in every avataram of his tries to show why only Krishna avataram has to be considered, or why only the teachings of Krishna have to be considered. For this, of course, there are many avatars which the Lord has taken. Every avatara has got a teaching. Rama avataram has its own teaching, and so on. But the speciality of Krishna avataram is Krishna avataram, while the Lord took an avataram as Krishna, if you see, it has got its presence in the Itihasa Mahabharatam, or as well as the various gems of Mahabharatam like the Gita, Vishnu Sahasranama, and so on. So therefore, the teachings that are there mainly have been taken place during Krishna avataram. And again, Krishna Avataram is one of those avatarams wherein there is no limit to bhakti at all. Bhakti that is there towards the Lord is the only thing which is needed for each and everything that we do. Now, even in Rama Avataram also, is the same thing. कौन कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं तुम शबरी के जैसे खिलाते नहीं कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं तुम यशोदा के जैसे सुलाते नहीं and so on. We have so many songs, right? So the point is, when the Lord doesn't listen to our prayers, the point is our bhakti is less, but there are many more bhaktas like Shabri, Yashoda, Dhruva, Prahlada, and so on, who are there. So, like this, Arjuna, like all of us, has got many questions in his mind. Apart from Arjuna, there are many other people also. Now, a very, very popular instance wherein once it so happened that from the Krishna Leela stories only, this reference comes in Srimad Bhagavatam during Satyabhama Kalyanam. Now, as we all know the background story of Satyabhama Kalyanam, we know that the gem that was there, the money, was stolen. And the Lord's brother Balarama, he had a doubt that this money had been stolen by the Lord himself, by Bhagavan Krishna himself. This doubt, the Lord's brother himself had this doubt. Just a doubt came, that's it. He did not declare anything or so. But this samshayam, a small doubt came in the mind of Balarama saying that it might happen because now here again we should not blame Balarama also because Krishna is known for stealing, right? Right from the time of birth, he is an expert in stealing. Let it be the minds of people, let it be Navanitam, that is there, let it be the clothes of the Gopikas or whatnot. Bhagavan, if you see, is never straight, right? Krishna was never straight. He always had his crooked ways of doing things. Therefore, and Balarama was a very straightforward person. He did not like anything crooked. Whatever happened, you be straight. Let it be dharma, or whatever you wish to talk about, you have to be straightforward, right? Whereas Krishna, he was not like that. He was known for his crooked ways. We know the various Krishna Leela stories, the childhood stories of the Lord. So it's full of mischiefs, right? So therefore, Balarama had a natural doubt which came to his mind, saying that maybe this money was stolen by the Lord himself. This one doubt or this one samshayam that is there, what happened is it caused dussangam. What is dussangam? Now, how can dussangam or dussatsangam? Dus, no, let us not even call it dussatsangam. Dussangam, that meaning bad company. Duryodhana ended up becoming the Shishya of Balarama, and instead of Bhima, Duryodhana became the Shishya. So, wherein it so happened that mainly now Bhima was already taught Gada Yuddham, also he was an expert in mace handling, Gada. So, therefore, Balarama, the purpose of teaching Gada Yuddham to Duryodhana was this Kala or this art that is there of Gada Yuddham should not vanish. So, therefore, Balarama ended up teaching this art to Duryodhana. But now Duryodhana, now you teach someone something, they should always use it to positive things only. That there is no guarantee, right? But yes, here also the same thing happened. And this is nothing but Dussangam. Why it so happened? And then later, of course, you know. Now, despite of teaching so much to Duryodhana, towards the end, at the time of Mahabharata Yuddham, Balarama as the name itself suggests, one who is so powerful, so he has so much of strength, various stories wherein Balarama has defeated so many asuras, but still, at the time of Dharma Yuddham, such a great warrior could not fight the war. Reason being Dussangam. Because there was a case of dilemma, case of confusion. On one side, his Shishya, that is his disciple Duryodhana was there. On the other side, his own brother was there. His own cousins were there. The Pandavas were there. Therefore, Balarama was in a state of confusion. He could not fight this Yuddham at all. He had to go to Badrikashramam. He went on a pilgrimage. So, the point is, the learning from this incident is let it be the Lord's brother only, let it be an avatara of Adishesha, an iota, a small amount of doubt or samshayam on the Lord will always have its repercussions. Like it happened in the case of Balarama, he got the Sangam of Duryodhana towards the end. Such a great warrior could not fight the war. He was in a state of confusion. He set out to Badrikashramam. Moreover, again, there was a conflict which took place when the Gadayuddham happened between Bhimasena and Duryodhana. Again, he did not like that. So, therefore, here the learning is there can be different obstacles that come in our way. There can be situations wherein we try to have a doubt on the Lord, like Balarama himself had, but the Lord has his own way wherein he shows that there might not be always answers ready for all your questions, but I am always there. You don't have to have a doubt on what I have planned for you. This is a lesson which he tries to teach through this Balarama's incident. So, this is one thing. Moreover, now let us start looking at the various questions which Krishna had. I am just, whatever is coming to my mind, I'm just telling you a few random things which are there. There are many more things, many more incidents from this. Whatever few which I can recollect, I thought we will share that. Yeah. Okay, till here is everyone able to follow? Okay, so once it seems that Krishna and Arjuna, now like you can see in the picture also, in between the Mahabharata Yuddham, Arjuna has many doubts as usual. Now, Arjuna, if you see, he is a person wherein, now of course, this is not related to the Yuddha, the battlefield, but in general, if you see, in the Srimad Bhagavatam stories also somewhat, in some references also it comes that, or in the Mahabharatam stories, you can consider now, Arjuna was a person who had, like, he was ready to have many wives. Now, let us not say ready to have many wives because he was a great warrior. Everywhere he used to go, he used to defeat many kings also. They used to offer their daughters in hand, and Arjuna could not refuse. Moreover, Arjuna was such a character. Now, in those times, the society was that way, right? One king used to have many patnis also, and vice versa. Even Draupadi had so many husbands. So, Arjuna, what he used to do is he used to go and meet a princess who was there, and go and ask her. And he was also a great warrior, very good looking, charming, this and that. Which girl will say no? And he used to directly go and ask the girl, "Are you looking for marriage also?" First, this question he used to ask: "Are you of marriageable age? Are you married also?" The girl will say, "No, I am not." That's again Swayamvaram used to take place. He used to get married and come. So this doubt was, so Arjuna was a person wherein he said, okay, a princess is there. She is fit for me. I will directly go and ask her this question. If she says yes, directly both of us, we have said yes, now we'll get married also. Whereas the Lord was not like this. The Lord had so many patnis, right? Ashtamahishis. Ashtamahishis are nothing but Ashtamahalakshmi Swarupini. Just as we have Ashtalakshmis, they're all Ashtamahalakshmi Swarupini. So that's the reason why the Lord got married to 8 patnis. Rukmani, Satyabhama, Jambavati. Satya, Lakshmana, Mitravinda, and so on. And of course, the princesses who were kept captive in Narakasura's kingdom, they were also later married to the Lord. So here Arjuna had a doubt, wherein he said that many girls and many princesses, they used to directly come and approach the Lord, saying that now who will not like to marry the Lord of the universe, right? They used to come and tell you marry me. Krishna will not pay heed at all. In the case of Arjuna, he used to feel I am going and approaching every princess. I have to put in efforts from my side. In the case of this Krishna, girls only are coming, but still this person is not interested. Why is this so? This question he directly asked the Lord. The Lord says, for me, if someone is fit for Grihastha to live with me, I already have Ashtamahishis or Ashtamahalakshmi Swarupini. Moreover, those princesses of Narakasura who are there, were kept captive in Narakasura's kingdom, they are actually rishis who were there in my previous avataram, Rama avataram. But Rama avataram, I had a few niyamas. Ekapatni Vrata niyama was there. I was already married to Sita Devi. I could not marry many more uh, princesses. Moreover, those sages in Rama Avataram had only one wish, that they wanted to spend more time with me. But as per the rules of Vanavasam, I cannot stay in a period for a longer time. Therefore, I cannot stay in a place for a longer period of time. I have to keep moving. That is the reason I promised them that in my next avatar, I will ensure that I spend a lot of time with you. So those are those same princesses, those same gopikas who are there in fact. So that is the reason everything that happens for a reason only. It's based on your own karma. It's not that you wish something, you go and do everything. Moreover, Krishna, there are going to be people who are going to look upon us. Therefore, if today I do something, people later in Kali Yuga will say, oh, the Lord has done all this. This avataram was taken only to look at various girls, princesses, get attracted to them and get married. So then people also will do the same thing in Kali Yuga. Despite the Lord living such a great life, also, despite everyone knowing the reasons, still there are so many fools, right, who say, look at Krishna, entire avataram has been spent just getting married to princesses. Wherever he goes, he marries a girl or he captures her, kidnaps her like Rukmini Devi and comes back. But to be careful from all this, no doubt, even after being careful, we keep names. But still, the Lord says everything that happens has to happen for a reason only. Without that, it will not happen. So these were few conversations which Arjuna had with Krishna. Next thing, one fine day, Arjuna asked that even without doing something bad or something evil or without causing any trouble to anyone, still many times we get a bad name, right? But still a few people do not like us, they dislike us, and so on. So what is the reason for this, O Keshava? These are all conversations with both Krishna and Arjuna are having in the battlefield, in the Dharma Yuddha. Krishna gives a very beautiful answer to this. He says that it happens because you do not do what other people want you to do. You do what you feel is right. You do what has been advised to you by your gurus, by your elders or so. So therefore you are doing as per your karma. Now it is but natural, right? Now, say for example, I tell all of you to do something. If you don't do the way I tell you, obviously I'll not like it. I might repeat, I might tell you a few more times. Still, if you don't listen, for in my sense or in my mind, all of you are evil, all of you are bad. Oh, they don't listen at all. I told them to do something, they're not listening. So this is but natural. Therefore, Krishna says, you do not have to pay heed to all these things. You always keep thinking about what others feel, what others think about me, then your life is wasted. You do what is correct, you do what has been told to you. Without that, you don't have to survive at all. Without this thinking that is there, what others will think about me, you don't have to think about that. If you are going to spend your time thinking what others are thinking about you, when will you think about yourself? When will you think about your good being? So therefore, Arjuna, you just focus upon doing good to you, what your guru has taught to you. The same thing you have to think. Again, a very beautiful incident from this I remember from Guru's incident. Krishna, when Sudama comes to meet Krishna in Dwarakapuri. Now, as usual, Sudama is amazed looking at the great palace also. So when both Krishna and Sudama are casually talking to each other, it seems that a very casual topic Krishna takes out, and the Lord says, "You know what, Sudama? Usually in this world, two kinds of people are always sad." Sudama says, "Who are they?" One category of people who are very much poor because they are always worried when will they get wealth, they want money, this and that. And the second category who are very rich. So Sudama says, is it? And Sudama asks a question, why should rich people be sad? Krishna says they have to be worried, right? Because there is so much wealth, what will happen if someone takes it? So the people in between who have enough to meet their needs and at the same time who don't have too much, they are the one who are you can say they can be, or they can somehow manage. Now, dukkha, sukha that is there is the part of life, but at least they will somehow manage. But you know what, Sudama? You belong to the first category. You don't have much wealth or so. If you see, as per my avataram, I become a great king, also so much of wealth, this and that, so many princesses to look, this, that, everything is there. But Sudama, if today you are happy and I'm also happy, you know what is the reason for this? Sudama says, no, I don't know. Krishna there, he highlights the importance of a guru and he says that this is because of Guru Kripa, which has been showered on us by Sandipani. Now, what is common in both of us? There is nothing which is there in common, right? It is just that we are just childhood friends, we are sakhas. More than this, nothing is common. You belong to a different category, you belong to a different family, I belong to a different category, I am the Lord Himself, this, that, everything is there. There is difference, right? But what binds us together is we are all Shishyas. And the Ashirvachanam or the blessings which our Guru had given when we were in the Gurukulam, saying that now in the Gurukula Vasam, both of them, both Krishna and Sudama, they were samam, right? They were equal then. They used to do a lot of Guru Seva to their Guru, to Sandipani. They used to wash their clothes, wash his clothes. They used to prepare food, this and that. For the Guru Mata, they used to help. So all such things when they used to do, it seems that for them there is an incident which says heavy rains. Right now, you didn't have a concept of umbrella, this and that in those times. But still, you have to go to the riverside, wash the Guru's clothes, or maybe bring firewood from the forest, this and that. Everything has to be done. In heavy rains, it seems that Krishna, Sudama, and the other boys used to go to the riverside and bring all this firewood, or they used to wash their clothes. Now, the firewood also will get wet, right? So, somehow they used to manage maybe a cloth or so. The clothes that they're wearing, they will tie it around the uh, logs of wood, this and that. Somehow they used to put efforts also. They used to fully get wet and come. And when they used to return back to the ashrama, the first thing which the Guru used to do was he used to call all the boys, it seems, and with his angavastram, with his upper cloth, he used to wipe their hair, wipe their head, it seems, and says that, oh children, all of you have put in efforts for this Gurukulam. For me, all of you have done all this seva. So it is my responsibility. I should take care of you. All of you have got wet in the rain. I will ensure that I wipe your head also with the same affection which your parents would have done. So because of this affection or because of this, the blessings and grace of our Guru, today, O Sudama, both of us are very much happy. So this incident that is there highlights the importance of a Guru in one's life and the affection which a Guru has towards his Shishyas. Many times in our lives also we might have so many gurus who are there. One thing which all of us we must remember, God's grace is no doubt there, but Guru Kripa is something which not everyone is blessed with. The Lord is there, everyone knows, but the one who takes us to that Lord is Guru. And this Guru Kataksham also is blessed by the Lord only. That's the reason few of us are blessed with Gurus, few of us are still on the way of finding a particular Guru. Right? So, if all of us we are blessed with a Guru in our lives, we have to be grateful, thinking that the Lord has been kind to us one step more, that He has blessed us with someone who is leading us to the Lord only. It can be not only in the spiritual path, in general also. That's the reason few teachers also in school we like them, right? No, their way of teaching is nice. Why do we say this? Because the way they teach that connects, right? Or we can relate to that very easily. We look forward to the teacher coming and speaking. So therefore, this Guru Bhavam that is there is very, very important. And this Bhavam or this bond was the thing which brought together both Krishna and Sudama together. The next question which Arjuna had was a very simple question. Arjuna asks Krishna. He asks Krishna, how should one live their life? Krishna says, for this, Arjuna, your question is very simple. My answer is more simple. You just be original. Be as you are, irrespective of the status that you have. Today you might be rich, tomorrow you might be poor, or today you are educated, tomorrow you might be not be educated, today you're slim, tomorrow you might become fat, whatever it is. You be the same as you are. Let the same amount of bhakti be there. Again, if you go back to Sudama's incident, after when Sudama returns after from Dwarakapuri, he is surprised to see the mansion, this and that, right? There at that time, Sudama prays to the Lord and he says that, oh Lord, you have blessed me without me asking anything from you. You have blessed me with the best. But One thing which I am asking from you is, let anything come to my life, how much ever prosperous I become, or let even sorrow come, the bhakti or the grace that I have on you, the grace which you're showering on me, the bhakti that I have on you, that should never ever reduce. I should always be in good company only. I should always think about you. The Lord also tells somewhat similar thing to Arjuna, saying that you just be origin, just be as you are. Maybe you should always remember the periods when, the time when you were spending in Vanavasam, when you were living for 12 years in Vanavasam, the 13th year in disguise also. So many troubles you have faced in. Now finally you have got the kingdom in your hand. So you see, times have changed, but you should always be original. You should be the same person. You should be always humble, down to earth. Just because something good has come to me, it doesn't happen that you change yourself. So therefore, life is short, Arjuna. How you should live your life, you be original. You just be as you are. Don't do what others tell you to do. Just because you feel someone is telling, oh, do this, do that, you should not go on the right path. You should know what is right for you. You just be original, do what you like, and at the same time do everything as Krishna Arpanam, do everything as a Samarpanam to the Lord. Next question, Arjuna's question is, okay, now you told me how to live my life. Now you tell me what if I want to do to change my life. Krishna immediately counter question, saying that why do you want to change your life? For this, Arjuna answers, no, my life is full of sorrows, I wish to change. You give me some power, this and that, I wish to change my life. Krishna says, you cannot change your life. I myself am not able to change my life. How will I change your life? And moreover, Krishna says, you be happy with what you have. When, if you are not happy with that, then you will always be sad. For this, Krishna himself gives an explanation to Arjuna. He says, rather than changing your life, before giving a direct answer, Krishna gives an explanation. He says, today I'll give you one task to do. You think about whatever are the good things in your life, you think about the bad things in your life. Arjuna immediately starts thinking about everything. What good thing now, or Krishna? I'll tell you, start with my dukkha's now. We are in Vanavasam. Duryodhana, the Kauravas have shunned us away. Draupadi has already faced humiliation. We could not do anything to save her. Then in incognito, we have led as disguise. As a female dancer, I had to live. My brothers had to suffer. Our mother Kunti had to suffer so much. Moreover, this Dharma Yuddham we have to fight. They were in front of my own relations, I have to fight. In front of my own Guru, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, and so on, we have to fight. What not? So many pains are there. If I have to keep thinking about it, the list goes endless. Narayana says, okay, these are about the bad things. What about the good things? Now Arjuna thinks. He says, uh, now here he becomes a bit skeptical. He says, good things are also there, but maybe I was born in a good family also. I was blessed with a patni like Draupadi. I was blessed with a sakha like Krishna, like you, O Lord. Now, if you see in the Gita himself, Arjuna says, I didn't know that you are Lord of the universe. I was always thinking you as my sakha, as my cousin, as my mitra only. Mitra, friend. The Lord says, when you look at the good things of your life, I myself am there in your life. What more do you need? Now here the Lord doesn't say this with a sense of pride. He says, when you start counting on your blessings, when you start counting on the good things that are there in your life, you will slowly stop forgetting the bad things. This doesn't mean that sorrows or dukkhas will vanish. Same thing is applicable to all of us. If you start looking upon the good things in your life, you will stop looking at the bad things. Four things we have. You look at someone who doesn't have those four things, at that time you will count on yourself, say, oh, thank God, I have a roof over my head, I have food on my plate, I have bhakti in my mind, what else do I need? Whereas I look at someone who has something more, who he has got 5 houses, he has got 10 cars, I don't have even one. That time dukkha comes in. Instead of this, if you start counting on your blessings, if you start counting on your good things, I'm blessed with arogyam, I'm blessed with good health, I'm blessed with a good mind, mental ability also. When we start looking upon all such things, slowly the, you can say, the evil things or the dukkha's, the sorrows in our life will slowly start to vanish. So therefore Krishna tells Arjuna also, you focus on the good things that are there. The bad things also, they will also turn into good things in the course of time. You don't have to worry about that. You just keep focusing on doing your things and don't focus on changing something. No doubt change is important, but no, I will change everything in one fine day. It's not going to happen. Whatever is there, you face that. Slowly things will also change as per their time. Moreover, The next question which he asks is, Arjuna tells Krishna, how should I control my mind? Krishna says, you are asking a very difficult question. How are you able to control your mind? For this again, I don't know how many of you know this story. Out of the Ashtamahishis who were there, to marry one Ashtamahishi, I don't remember her name, I think it should be Satya or Mitravinda. I think it is Mitravinda. Wherein the Lord had to defeat seven bulls who were there. Who are those seven bulls? Those seven bulls are actually representing our five sense organs, mind, intellect. These are the Sapta Ripu who are there in our lives. Seven enemies. Five sense organs, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, mind, intellect. If this only we don't have a control, right? Mind is the cause of everything. Why do I feel bad? No, because some thought came in my mind. Why do I feel good? Because some thought came in my mind. Why is there loud noise comes, we close our ears. Bad smell comes, we close our nose. Something a bright light flashes, we close our eyes. Something spicy, our tongue feeds it. Something happens to our skin, skin causes trouble. Why everything is happening? Because of the sense organs and mind buddhi, manas buddhi. If this is only not there, if there is no control over this, then it is always suffering only. So the Lord defeating the seven bulls is a sign to say that we should also have we cannot defeat. We are not the Lord, right? So we cannot defeat. No doubt these sense organs will cause us trouble also. Manas buddhi, everything is there. Everyone has to overcome that. But establishing a control over them is something which is very important. How will that come? Abhyasa yogena tataha. Like the Lord says in Bhakti Yoga, 12th chapter of the Gita, with abhyasa. Now, Krishna Avataram, if you see, is very realistic and very practical, especially Gita Upadesham. It will not tell you to do things which are something which is very, I'm not able to achieve it all. It's not like that. The Lord says, I know you cannot do this. Therefore, Arjuna, with abhyasam it will come, with proper practice it will come, and you lead a life of discipline, things will automatically fall in place, and your mind also will be in control. Now, after listening to all this, Arjuna says, now all these, the series of questions which I'm asking you, please note they are not in one order also, right? In different situations, Arjuna asks different questions. Arjuna, one fine day, he makes a statement wherein he feels that I have to give up everything. He says, Keshava, the entire world is against me, Keshava. I am all alone. Krishna gives one line answer. He says, I am with you, Partha. You don't have to worry about anything. Let the world be against you. Why? It doesn't matter at all. Why are you thinking about that? I am here with you. I am as your Sarathi, I am standing in front of you. Don't you realize that? Now, in the case of Arjuna, he was blessed enough that the Lord gave him this answer. We are also like Arjuna only, but we are one level more lower. Everyone is against me, nobody is with me. We all feel, right? But one person is always there with us, the Lord. Lord is always there, one's own Guru will always be there, but we don't realize this. Simple reason we cannot see with our naked eyes. That's the reason you see people living in, you see near the Ganga Nadi also, as it is popularly said, will never have the importance of Ganga Snanam, right? But from kilometers away, they will come and take a dip in this Ganga Snanam. People come like the Kumbh that is there, so much of hype, right? They'll come, they'll take a dip and go. But the person staying round the banks of the Ganga will hardly go. A simple reason, human mentality, oh, it is so near, any day I can go and take. But that person will actually never take Ganga Snan. So you see, these are all things because we don't value, it is human mentality. Therefore, like Krishna tells Arjuna, says you don't have to worry about things. I'm always there with you. It's just that you have to value, you have to realize that. If you don't realize, then I cannot help it. Because the root only of Sanatana Dharma, you see, our Dharma is let it be spirituality or let it be anything. We will not force or enforce anything. That's the reason the so-called conversions also that take place, you would have never heard a concept that someone gets converted into Hinduism. You cannot get converted into Hinduism. There is no procedure for that. There are many samskaras that are done, Upanayadi samskaras, but someone can practice or follow Sanatana Dharma, but there will not be. That's the reason we don't even prefer calling the term Hinduism, right? Of course, that's not the topic. Let's not go into that. But there is no concept of conversion. I'll go to a temple from today onwards. You're converted into a Hindu. It's not like that. Has anyone heard about this? No. But yes, in other dharmas it does happen. In other beliefs, faiths also. Of course, let's not get into that. Every dharma has got every philosophy, every faith, belief, every community, they have their own ways. So what is correct, what is wrong, let's not get into a debate. But we in Sanatana Dharma in Hinduism, you see, there is no concept of conversion. Being Hindus only, we don't do. That is one thing. That is our own flaw which we have. No doubt we have to work upon that. And of course, there are many efforts which are being put. As an individual, also, we should do it. But there is no concept of conversion. That's the reason everywhere the Lord, let it be Krishna, let it be the Gita, whoever it is, me mataha, me mataha. As per my opinion, you do. This has to be done. Further, you decide what you want to do. I will not get into that. And moreover, we don't have this concept that you have to do this. This is the way that it has to happen. Anything that you wish you do, I am always there with you. So therefore, I tell you. So here, when Arjuna says that the entire world is against me, Krishna gives an answer, Partha, I am with you. You don't have to worry about anything. The minute you stop worrying about this, all your worries will come to an end. Okay, next. Okay, till here is everyone able to follow? Okay, okay. Just hold on. Okay, let's continue. Now in another instance, a question came wherein it is said that many times it happens that we are forgiven, right? We do some mistake also, the Lord forgives, or there will be anyone who forgives. But still, we feel punished, or we feel guilty also, or we feel always, you can say, though the person has forgiven us, still we feel that, oh, there is some, it's not done in the right manner, right? For this, Krishna gives an example. He says, Duryodhana had also done so many dushkarma, right? I had also forgiven him. But what the Duryodhana thought was, it is my weakness. Because he felt that I could not fight with him, I could not give him proper punishment. That's the reason I forgave him and gave it, let go. But he never knew the law of karma, right? So therefore, and Duryodhana, he took it in the wrong way. He thought that, oh, this Krishna is so weak. That's the reason he has forgiven me. But it is not at all so. Oh, Arjuna. Some people forgive not with the sense of kshama or so. They will forgive you with this sense that just to establish a control or just to show that, oh, I am greater than you, I've forgiven you, now you go away. So therefore, Arjuna, you don't have to think about that. It is the feeling in which people actually forgive you. If you still feel controlled or you feel like, oh, it's like a punishment or so, or just for the sake of forgiving someone has done, it is not actually forgiveness at all. It is just another way to just establish their control over you. You don't have to worry about such things. You don't have to wait for someone else to forgive you. But yes, it is always right to ask for forgiveness. Kshama. Kshama is something which is the highest quality not everyone has, right? And for human beings, it is very, very difficult to have this because in the case of human beings, if you see, in spite of knowing that I have done something wrong, to ask for forgiveness is very difficult, right? So you just imagine simply if I ask for forgiveness, it is something which is very, very difficult for human beings. The Lord at times says Kshama is something which is very easy and it should come. It is the highest quality which a person should have. It's okay, everyone makes mistakes also, but to accept that and to ask for kshama is something which is very important. Moreover, if someone asks for forgiveness, to accept that, to accept, okay, today I have done a mistake, tomorrow the opposite person might also do, right? We never know. So it's okay, today I have done something, the opposite person can also do that. So accepting forgiveness, at the same time forgive, asking for forgiveness, these are two things which should always be there in human beings. Therefore, Arjuna, you develop this quality. Let others do anything that they want for the sake of forgiving, let them do. You don't have to worry about that. You do things with this, keeping this in mind that someone asks for forgiveness, accept that. You also should feel free and without having any double mind, also, you should always ask for forgiveness when you do that, when you think that you have done something wrong. Further, a question comes wherein Krishna is asked. Now, these are all questions which Arjuna, not exactly Arjuna, few devotees had asked the Lord during the Krishna Leela times, Krishna Avatar. What should true bhakti and devotion be based on? For this, the Lord answers, it should be based for the person that we are, not from outside but from inside. Now, a person might look very beautiful from outside, but from inside, he will be a very evil man. or vice versa. From inside, the person might be very good. From outside, it not look very great also. Therefore, Krishna says, and for this there are so many instances, right? Kubja, the lady who was there, was when the Lord entered Mathurapuri, she was waiting with Chandanadi fragrances. Immediately, as she saw, she wanted to give it to the Lord and Balarama. When she comes there, the Lord Jagat Sundari, like Bhattatri explains, Bhati Jagat Sundari, he turns her into the world's most beautiful woman. The hunchback woman was turned into a very young lady. So therefore, looks never matter. Right? What matters is bhakti. Which that hunchback she comes, people around it seems that they were wondering, thinking that will Lord accept from this lady or so? Will the Lord accept anything? For the Lord, it doesn't matter at all. Anyone offers me anything with bhakti. Patram pushpam palam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. It should be with bhakti. I'll offer you gold, this and that, I'll offer you money. Nowadays, many people we feel, right? Instead of doing the various rituals or instead of showing bhakti also, I'll give so much money, they will take care of everything. Doesn't happen, right? Many times people feel this and it is very wrong, which of course it is wrong, and I personally also feel it should not be done. I've given so much money, they will take care of all the karma, they will go to Gaya, they will do this, they will do that, they will do that, the Shraddha karma, they will, then they will send me prasadam back. You had to do the karma. What is the use of someone else doing the karma for your ancestors, right? You don't wish to do the karma, that's your choice, you don't do it, but don't do it this way. No, I gave the money also, they will take care of everything. It's not like a package also which we do, right? Despite, instead of doing this way, you don't do it at all, that's more than enough. To make things easy in even if you see nowadays the priests also that come to our houses, many times there are people who tell the priest also, I will give you so much money, you do the karma at your house, let it be a shraddha karma or whatever it is. Why will the priest will do, he is getting money, right? But what is the use then? Anyways, you are going to give him money, you spend, just because we cannot spare some time. If you cannot spare some time, you need not do the karma at all, right? But instead of doing in such way, and I'll just throw money also, it is useless. That's the reason the Lord says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. I'm going to see your efforts only. I'm not going to see what someone else is doing for me, how much money you throw for me, all that doesn't matter. Moreover, there is also a significance of the Lord Vitthala. Vitthala in Maharashtra, if you see, it is very famous, right? Vitthala, there is significance why Vitthala keeps his hand on his waist. Does anyone know the answer for this? No? What? Okay. So, of course, now, okay. Now, there are many reasons why the Lord keeps his hand on his waist. But a very popular reason is, and a very beautiful reason, which the Lord himself says, he says that this life that is there, this samsara, this ocean of samsara, is very difficult for people to cross. But to people who come and worship me or who show their bhakti towards me, for them, what I will do is I will ensure that I hold the water in my waist, and it's like a boat also, very swiftly. People will be able to cross over. I will help them crossing over. Like I stop the samsara in my waist by keeping the hands on my waist, I will stop this ocean of samsara. Easily, people will climb upon in this boat, and I will help them cross over this samsara. So, very beautiful explanation there. Moreover, in an abhang also with Janabai says, Janabai Mane Deva, and so on it goes on, right? So, there in that abhangam, what Janabai says is, she says, once it so happened that Galala Pitambara, the Lord wears the Pitambara. Now, if you would have seen in bhajans, abhangs also, even today also you go to Pandarapuram or wherever Vittal bhajans are saying Ramakrishna Hari Vasudeva Hari and so on, people, devotees will dance along, right? It seems that Narayana also joined them in a satsangam once to dance along. In that, the Lord's Pitambaram glided away. Now, it's a sense of embarrassment, right? What will happen? What should I do? At the same time, if I go in the side and try to make my Pitambaram proper, one Abhanga will be missed. I'll not be able to dance. So, the Lord, what he does is, he takes this pose, it seems, so that the Pitambaram will also not fall down. At the same time, I will be able to dance also. So he keeps his hands on his waist and holds the Pitambaram for the entire Abhangam till the entire bhajan was over. The Lord dances that way, and that's how he gets that position also. Like this, there are many, many stories why Vitthala keeps his hand on his waist. Therefore, everything is significant. For every question, there is an answer also. Next, another question was asked to the Lord. Now, these few questions can be asked by Gopikas also. Now, the Gopikas, they had a few questions wherein they said that the people whom we get very close to and whom we love a lot, we show our affection also, you see, in the course of time, we lose them, right? For this, the Lord gives an answer. He says, waves in the ocean, they will come and go, right? But water will always remain. It is the same thing. The waves are made of water, right? One wave will come, it will go away, wave will come, it will go away, but water will always remain. Similarly, people will come and go in their life, but their affection, the memories, the bond that we have, that will always remain. But for this, if you see, now you go to the beach also, we stand there, right? When those waves come, we feel happy. You see small children also, they will never feel like coming. One wave, two wave, initially they'll be afraid. Then even after you spending an hour, 2 hours or so, still they will never come out. They'll always feel like those waves should come and hit us, right? But one fine day we have to come out of that, but we always feel like going back there to the beach. Similarly, the various experiences that we have with people, we should enjoy. Just like the waves are there, we should always accept the various experiences which come. It can be good or bad, but later there is an ending to that. Just as per the law of the world, one thing has to come, it has to end. Let it be a living thing, let it be a non-living thing. Non-living thing also will break, right, in the course of time. So things are going to come to an end. We have to accept that. But when they are there, oh, tomorrow it will end, tomorrow it will end. Like you go to the beach, if the child keeps thinking, oh, after 1 hour I have to go home, and in that dukkha, it doesn't go inside the water only, it's useless, right? Instead of that, for that 1 hour, I will enjoy and then later go home. It, in fact, it doesn't even think about the part that it will go home, right? It just, for that 1 hour, it's fully enjoying in the water. Similarly, for the various experiences and people who come, you always spend time with them because there is no end to that at all. Then a very popular question which comes is, why do the plans that I make always fail? For this, Krishna has a very beautiful answer. He says, even Mathurapuri, I also had to leave Mathurapuri and had to go to Dwarakapuri. So therefore, not everything is there in our hands. Like this, there are so many instances which I was born in a Karagraham. I was not blessed with everything that I needed. I was born as a Kshatriya. I was taken up by a Vaishya. So there are many things that come in. I also could not get the sukha of the kingdom, the pleasures of the kingdom. So there are many things which happen. So this is what is life, right? So it's okay. You, whatever you have in life, you make the best of it. Today, if one plan has failed, tomorrow there will be an unexpected plan which will take place. So you be hoping for that. Now, a very popular thing which again the Lord says is, a person can lose wealth, it will come back. A person can lose people also, new people will come in. Anything, everyone can lose. But one thing which a person should never ever lose is hope and faith. Because if you lose Shraddha Bhakti, as you call it, if you lose that, all other things also you will lose. Because once we lose hope, we'll not have, you can say, how much ever wealth you have or how much ever people, this and that, everything we have, we'll never be satisfied, we'll never be happy, right? Because there is no hope. It's okay, money is there, okay. But if you're not hoping, if you're not wishing for anything, you're not being devoted, you're not having any shraddha, any faith in anything, then it's useless. So one thing which we should never lose is shraddha and bhakti. All other things will automatically fall in place. They will come and go. But if this hope goes, that's the reason it is always said one should never lose hope. It is very dangerous. If you lose hope, all other things also will go. Then a very, again, a popular question. Why do only I always suffer? Why do good people suffer? Despite doing all good karma. Only I am suffering in the world. Everyone else is happy. When this question comes in, the Lord says storms or difficult situations are set in for people, strong people only to face, because we learn from our own experiences. Once that is done, then you will be strong enough to face anything that comes in your life. So therefore, difficult situations will always be sent in your life. Then, like Arjuna had asked this question, why am I always feeling alone in life? Or there is no one with me? Like Arjuna was alone in the battle. He also was in a state of dilemma, but the Lord was there with him. Therefore, when situations wherein we feel alone, you feel you have to walk all alone, you should always keep moving ahead. The Lord always will be there. Just because we can't see doesn't mean that we are all alone also. Then many times it happens that we start questioning the purpose of our life, right? What is the purpose of my life? What I am to do? Is there anything that I will be able to achieve? Everything is just gloomy and dark around. Everywhere dukkha and dukkha only. Nobody is happy, this and that. At that time, the thing is, if you are born in this world, there is a purpose for it. There itself, this question should have an answer. In fact, this question should not come in the minds of anyone. Even if it comes also, you should immediately give an answer to your own question. If you are born in this world, there is a purpose behind it. Without it, nobody will be born. Each and every jiva in this world, let it be a human being, let it be a creature, whatever it is, everyone has got a purpose. Just because you don't know your purpose doesn't mean that you don't have a purpose. And the reason for why we don't know our purpose is we are searching for our purpose in the outside world, seeing from outside, oh, is there any purpose for me here? Do I have any work here? Is there anyone who's getting benefited from me? There will be people who are getting benefited from you. They might not be telling you that. And why you should think about that? You keep doing your good things. Everything is there within you. Everything is there inside you. You keep doing that with full Shraddha, Bhakti, and automatically clarity or automatically the purpose of your life will be known slowly. You don't have to keep thinking about how I will be able to satisfy anyone. We are not born to satisfy anyone else. If you are born in this bhulokam, already a purpose has been set for you why you are born. Without a reason, nothing happens. Without a reason, not even a single leaf will move. If the air is, if Vayu is there around, if sun rises in the east, every day it sets in the west, daytime, nighttime, stars, moon, trees, people around, day and night, 24 hours, everything is going about, right? In their own time. Why all this is happening? Everything has a purpose. The sun doesn't rise, it is not daytime. The sun doesn't set, it is not nighttime. We'll keep sleeping, right? Always. The clock doesn't tick, we don't know the time. So everything that is there has got a purpose. Similarly, all of us also we have a purpose. It's just that maybe we don't know what is that purpose. Now, next a very important question. Why am I always being tested? Or many times it happens that people, or you can say situations, test our patience, right? And there are things that happen wherein we say, now I feel to give up. It's too much for me. I cannot bear any longer. That is when, and very beautiful answer the Lord gives. He says that after the rainy season or after the rains also have stopped, heavy rains have stopped, only then the peacock dances with its beautiful feathers. Similarly, you also, after facing all kinds of storms and difficulties, only then you will be able to shine. So, therefore, your patience will always be tested. You have to be patient. We will look at one last thing and then we will stop. Why is overthinking happening? Now, this is a question which is there for many of us, right? Or nowadays, you see very popular term overthinking. Again, this question was asked, what will he think? What will they think? We keep thinking, right? That person will not even be thinking about us. Still, we will be bothering about that thing, we'll be overthinking. About maybe simple things. Oh, this would have happened, that would have happened, I would have told something, they would have felt bad, this and that. But for this, the Lord gives an answer saying that the problem is because you are thinking about the past, what I did, what I told, and you're thinking about the future. What will happen now? I told him that in the past, now this will happen in the future. Forget about all that, you live in the present. You'll always be happy. What has happened has happened. The entire future is now there in your hands. You focus on building on that. How can you focus on building on that? If you enjoy your present. If you focus on your present, you will have a good future. In the present, I'm thinking about the past and about what will happen in future. Based on what I have done in the past, it's useless because we don't have the power to change what we have done in the past. but we definitely have the power to change what we are doing in the present. And doing good karma, also developing Shraddha Bhakti, will definitely lead us to a path showing the, you can say, having a bright future also. Therefore, having a good focus on things is something which is very important. Developing bhakti on the Lord is something which is very important. Yeah. Okay. So these are few things which, there are many more things I could we could cover, only a few things that are there, but I hope the session was good. So the point of having is, there are so many small things which are there in these various texts, let it be the Gita, Itihasam, Mahabharatam, and so on. But yes, it does inspire us. Uh, it does affect our life, and may always bhakti towards Bhagavan keep building on our. We'll conclude with the arti. Then towards the end, anyone asks you wish to say or ask something, you can stay. जय जगदीश हरे कृष्णा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय गुरु मारुत मंदिर नाथ, जय जगदीश हरे कृष्णा, जय जगदीश हरे। किंकिणी पद कमल कृष्णा, कंकण कर युगल, कुंकुम पंकिल वक्षस्थल वर कुवलय दल नीला, कृष्णा जय जगदीश हरे। दधि नवनीत हरा कृष्णा, तरुणी चित्तहरा, दयया पालय दामोदर हर तुलसी दामदरा, कृष्णा जय जगदीश हरे। गोवर्धन धरणा कृष्णा, गोपी जन रमणा, कोमल पल्लव सुंदर चरणा, कोकिल मधुवचना, कृष्णा जय जगदीश हरे। नंद कुमार हरे कृष्णा, नारद गीत गुणा, नारायण वर भट्ट तिरी कृत स्तुतिवर शुभ फलदा, कृष्णा जय जगदीश हरे। पूंतान भक्त प्रिया कृष्णा, वृंदावन रसिका, प्रेमिक भावुक मंडल पूजित पाद सरोज युगा, कृष्णा जय जगदीश हरे। जय जगदीश हरे कृष्णा, जय जगदीश हरे, जय गुरु मारुत मंदिर नाथ, जय जगदीश हरे कृष्णा, जय जगदीश हरे। यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव नारायण नमोऽस्तु ते। विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व पुरुषोत्तम। अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति, त्वमेव शरणं मम, तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष जनार्दन। Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. May Bhagavan always bless us with more and more satsangams to come. This satsangam also is blessed by the Lord. Let him always bless us to think about the Lord always.